I could tell you 17,000 things in 17,000 ways, in 17,000 different tones. You're still not going to understand it because I realize some people don't want to understand. They want to believe that they're right. They want to believe that whatever it is that they've, gathered in their mind is the truth. And they want to stick to what they know or what somebody told them or what some podcast told them about men. And it doesn't matter what you communicate. Some people are cemented in being.
Like, do you have to be a bad guy to keep your woman?
So,
do you have to be a bad guy to keep your woman? That's a great question. And the answer is yes.
No.
I think it's how
a good bad guy.
I think it's how like the woman receives it, because also if you go to your friend saying he's not letting me go outside, it's probably received differently. So you're kind of giving your man the negative of it. So,
and also what I've seen that happens in relationships with women, heterosexual women, is they'll say that their man is not letting them go outside, right? But he never said. She actually told him that she didn't want to go outside, and she's using the man as an excuse for her reasoning of not wanting to be outside. And now he's taking the heat as controlling when he was like, all right, if you want to go, go. And she's like, no, because what I do know is a lot of women will stop their behaviors hoping that the man will stop his. And so they'll use the man as an scapegoat and an excuse to stop hanging out with their friends.
But actually, you know what, Rico? Just a little bit more to what you're saying. I think that a lot of people don't know in relationships, based on what Rico is saying, a lot of relationships have great communication with each other.
I'm not saying we. I'm talking about myself because I don't know what the fuck y'all know out there doing. If y'all can't communicate or speak to your woman, that's wild to me. It's how you going to be with her and be married for so long, but you can't even talk to her. Anywho, when you're direct with somebody, then that's the communication. Like, you need to have a certain tone. You need to be direct with them, and like that's it. It's really not hard to communicate. Like, now, if you're talking about like the vulnerability and the crying and things like that, but like when you're being direct about what you want, just say that.
Okay, so question. What are some things that men aren't direct about? What are some things that men want but won't ask for?
Another woman.
Facts. Don't judge.
That's number one for you?
You asking two men on a panel. You want me to help you? Another woman.
I was asking y'all. I was asking y'all. Oh, okay. But that's number one?
I mean, yeah, because I think
that's honest.
Most men want another woman, whether they want it permanently or just for a weekend. Most men want to experience another woman. And I already know the response is, well, can she experience another man? But that's not the question. The question is, how does a man communicate that?
It's not the question, but will you be okay with it?
Okay
no, come on, Amanda. Be fair. You ask what...
Whatever.
That's what most men...
That's why men can't communicate. The first thing is off the table already.
Everything that we do...
I'm not saying it's off the table. I was actually surprised that was what came out your mouth. Honestly, I wasn't even thinking about that, to be honest.
Nobody knows what he's going to come up with.
Anytime you've been in a relationship with a man... yeah, right? Anytime you've been in a relationship with a man, does he ever say anything about other women around you?
No.
Red flag.
That's it. If I'm out with my girl and if we can't both appreciate a fat ass, then that's a problem, because I'm not going to not look because God gave me eyes.
Oh no, I feel like
respectful about it, but you see her ass too.
I feel like for the most part, I would probably be the one to mention a woman's fat ass. So
but you're different.
I know I'm that, right? But that gives us the openness, like, all right, yeah, you can comment also because I brought it up. So it's like, I'm not going to beat you up if you be like, yeah, her ass is fat.
Okay, so for the women that will beat the man up for saying her ass is fat or looking at another woman, that would That's literally
Then
the
you
first thing
should
we
have
said.
shut. Well, then you should have shut up. Because I'm saying I
Shut up.
was the one
can't communicate,
that.
guys.
No. I'm saying I was the one that mentioned the fat ass. If a woman mentioned the fat ass, not expecting the man to chime in, agreeing that woman also has a fat
You
ass.
seen the fat ass when it walked in before you even
Exactly.
commented though.
Like I'm commenting so we can have a conversation about it, right?
So that's.
But if you don't want to have a conversation about it and you're gonna feel a way that the man chimed in and said, yeah, then you should have shut the fuck up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, really, why
we
can't we
say nothing.
initiate it?
Yeah, we can't say nothing if you don't initiate the conversation.
I don't know. Cause don't let me know that you're looking at a fat ass without me.
Why,
Like
Like,
That's
see?
this is my
Possessive.
That's possessive.
Exhibit A.
This is my thing. Like how do women,
I'm just trying to be honest, like how I would feel.
You want to grow?
But
I'm just trying to be honest.
But the honesty is, if we're talking about communication, and I'm gonna go off of what it's saying is, and I gotta say it in the best way that I can. The realest relationships and the realest couples do have the realest conversations.
Mm-hmm.
They do have the realest conversations with each other. Like the conversations they have are probably unmatched. Like so when they're outside, whether it's a like let's keep on homegirl with dude with the pool party. If there's a real conversation in that relationship, whether it's 3 months, 6 months, a year, 10 years, whatever, 11, whatever long, it's like you can't fake a real conversation in a relationship. Like, yo, what's really good with you going to that pool party? Like, I know you go every year. Nah, If there's no real conversation, then that's when jealousy got to kick in, insecurity got to kick in. And that's why communication never works, because communication is directly linked to trust.
Also,
if you can't communicate with somebody you can't trust.
Also, the thing is,
the communication isn't great.
Well, I think a lot of times the communication happens after something happens. It doesn't happen first, because you don't expect your partner to do whatever they do. You don't expect your partner to become whatever they become. And then when it happens, communication then is, at the forefront, because you're trying to nip it at the very beginning. And what happens is, when it's already done, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes your partner could be, understanding, but sometimes they can already feel like, well, it's already happened and nothing happened from it. So why should it stop? Right? And I think that's when, there's a struggle in the communication. When you're communicating with your partner, especially, being able to have the tough conversations, it's only going to happen when a tough situation has now came to the surface.
So, but what happens if no tough situation ever happens?
Then your relationship is bound to be destroyed, because that one situation that if you were with somebody for 5 years and nothing has happened, you have built no tolerance to any potential like challenges and obstacles that you're going to face. So in 5 years, if I've been boxing, let's just say I'm a boxer, and I'm boxing 5 years straight, and I get punched in the face, it's nothing. I've been getting punched. It's like I'm kind of numb to it. I say I've never been punched ever in my life. And that one little jab, it wasn't even a haymaker. The one jab is going to knock me off of my square. So I think that it's important to go through things in your relationship and then have the tough conversations about them, and not avoid them, and not just try to, say yes or say no just to shut the other person up.
So I gotta go harsh on this, because we want to make communication sound like it's an easy thing, and it's not. All four of you guys, I got a question for you. If the person you're in a relationship with came to you and said, "Hey, I want to sleep with somebody else. Can we talk about it?" How do you communicate that?
With the given prior history?
No,
or just
a prior history.
Clean slate.
No. The opposite of the person you're with in the the person you're in a relationship with now came up to you, because see, communicating, the word sounds so simple, but it's very difficult, because we gotta I'm saying that's a precursor to cheating, right? Because when somebody cheats, like Rico says, it's like getting punched in the face. You didn't expect it. That shit will fucking destroy you. So like, let's say, you know what? I'm not even going to go there. There's not going to be no cheating involved. The person you're with, or if you're in a relationship, comes up to you and say, hey, listen, y'all just been having these crazy ass feelings and I just want to explore somebody else. I'm not going to go nowhere, but I just want to do it. And I want you to know that I want to do it. I'm communicating with you. And be 100% real.
No, but then after I would probably just be like, okay, I'll let him express himself and probably be like to hear him out first. What did he have in mind or where did he see it going, you know? Yeah, just so I could hear him explain it.
And then what?
Would you let him act on it?
And then stay together with me?
Yeah. Like he just wants a hall pass, basically.
No.
Which is fair.
But he could do it, but I wouldn't stay.
Wow.
But would you respect him for coming to you with it?
Yeah.
Would you consider that if you guys could get past that hurdle, again, going back to the boxing and getting punched, that's a big hit for somebody to come through and ask you that. But do you feel that if you guys could communicate past that hurdle, you could get past a lot of other big, difficult things in life?
I mean, yeah, but also if his mentality is focused on other women, I feel like he's probably not focused enough on himself or work things or just, you know? So I would just, I don't know how to explain that, but yeah.
Well, one, a man could definitely go out and have a weekend and do, or not even a weekend. It could be one night, right?
No, yeah, but if he's been sitting there thinking about it,
well, he's been fighting it because he's been wanting to do it, but because he's in a relationship with the woman that he cares about, he's been holding back on acting upon it. So before he decided that he really wanted to do it, and he probably even thought about doing it behind your back, he's like, I want to come, to you about it first. Now, my thing is this. Let's say you say no. He says, fine, I won't. Would you
he'll still do it anyway? No.
So then,
I know.
answer your question.
Well, I think the point of this communication.
All right, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. You go ahead.
Well,
you go ahead.
My response would have been like, okay,
I want to hear your response fully.
have a good life. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want to do, but you're not coming back here.
Yeah.
And this is my thing. The point of communication is to give me the opportunity to let you know how I feel about what you have to say. So if I don't agree with what you want to do, then I have the choice to say, well, I don't want to be a part of this. If you want to have sex with other girls and it's weighing this heavy on you, I understand that you came to me because you don't want to cheat on me. Correct. But if this is really what you want to do, you can go ahead and do it. But I'm not going to be your girl no more.
Okay, same question for you.
No. What if you
say no to what? Breaking up?
No. You say no. And he says, okay, no. I'm not going to do it. I wanted to express it to you to see what you thought. You told me no. All right, fine. I won't do it. Does your relationship stay on the same trajectory?
Not at all. It's in the back of her mind.
Yeah, because now it's in the back of my mind that he might have done it anyway.
Right, so now he can't communicate with you even if he hasn't acted on something. How can a man express himself to you about tough conversations and come to you as an adult to have an agreement on what will and will not be allowed in a relationship if he has to fear losing you even if you say no?
It's going to be at the back of my mind, but I'm not going to break up with you.
You just said that.
No.
No, she
if
said
he
if
did
you
it,
act on
he
it, she's gonna leave.
Yeah.
But that goes back. But before I come, Rome.
She said no.
Yeah.
Before I come to your answer, I want to ask Amanda something.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
1 second, because let me just address what you just said. I feel like, okay, actually, I get what you're saying. The relationship is going to continue, but it's always going to be in the back of my mind that you might have done it anyway. So now I'm like, my man might have cheated on me. And I don't know, because this is something that it was weighing on him enough for him to come talk to me about. And I turned him down about it. And what if he just could not
No, but at least if it's weighing him down that much, at least he has a guilty conscience. If he did it already, he might be feeling guilty about it.
Ladies.
Right. And then I'm going to have to peep his actions. Let me see if there's any guilty actions.
So from clear communication, right? Because this is just a scenario. You said what you said, right? In the back of your mind, when you have a boyfriend, you think that he no longer thinks about women? I always wanted to know. No, this is a serious question. I always
Go,
wanna know,
Rome.
do you think that he only sees me now? No, I'm not being
That's
funny.
okay, but
I'm being serious.
I understand that you're being serious, but that's also not the point because
I'm
I
asking a
can
question.
right, and I'm trying to answer.
All right.
So I can also think about other men,
Say
but that does not mean that I am thinking about them so much so that I want to have sex with someone else.
Part. I'm not even getting to that part. I'm saying not the delusion, but realistically, he was with women
Delusional.
before you. You were with men before him. Right.
Okay.
So in the back of my mind, I know you look at other men. The fact that I'm coming to you clean as a man and saying, hey, listen, this is how I feel. And me clearly communicating, you're now telling me, now it's in the back of my mind that he's doing something. Where did that thought?
Because
that thought it wasn't always
thinking
there?
about
That thought wasn't
thinking
always there?
about other women and wanting to have sex with other women are two different things. You can think about other women, look at other women
What
as
do you
much.
think we think about when we look at another
That
woman?
part. What do you think? Do you think
do
we
we
think
just
she-
say, "Wow, her ass is fat"? It's like,
Yeah,
wow, her ass is
yeah.
fat. I wonder what the pussy
And,
feel
and
like.
you think it just stops there? No, this is a serious question. Do you think our thoughts is
Absolutely.
like nice ass, and just
And
because that's what I he's cute, he's handsome, but I don't say, oh, he's handsome, I want to fuck. I don't
You're
say
not a
that.
man.
never
You're
crosses
not
your
a
mind.
man. Yeah.
You're not a man.
Oh, thank you.
What we're trying to do, what we're really trying to do is give you insight to what really goes on in a man's mind, right? You can call it wrong, you can call it right, you can call it stupid, you can call it undisciplined, you can call it doggish, whatever you want to call it. But realistically, a man that likes women is constantly thinking of women. We love you. I love women. I love
It's just the
I mean, not
process
if-
may be a little bit too hard.
Thinking
But
of women is actually like
Thinking of sex
I
with
can
women.
envision myself
Say those
having
words.
sex with a woman
Say those
that I
words.
like,
Yes.
and I won't speak for all men, but men drop in the comments if you've done this before, and it
Unless
better be
you're in a
all
relationship, that's the second time.
Yeah.
Say, move the cup. Move the cup.
When I see a woman that I truly am
Are
attracted to,
Okay.
I envision how the sex would be. Even if I try to stop, it's still gonna peek in there a little bit, and I'm like, damn, it might. It's all right.
that's
And then I
step
move
one.
on.
Step two is you envision how can it happen.
Then, step two is let me go talk to my girl and see if she allowed me to get a hall pass. But that's what happens in a man's mind. We don't just look at a girl. I mean, I will look at a girl and be like, oh, she's cute. But cute doesn't apply to I want to have sex. If I said, damn, she looks good as fuck. Damn, she's sexy.
Then the next thought is
The
Okay.
next thought is, wow.
Wait, I
this
just
would
came
be
up with
lit.
something. All right. So let me go with this.
Go ahead.
So I just realized, okay, I do that too. Okay, I do it too. Hold on. But the difference is not with everyone. Not with everyone. Not like these men.
I said who we're attracted to, not everyone.
But okay, fine. The difference is I'm not in a relationship and I actually have access to these people that I envision sex with. Now, let me tell you this. When you go to your girl and say, I've been thinking about doing this, can I do X, Y, and Z? Is this someone that you have access to already? Or are you asking for permission to go shoot your shot? Because if you have access to this person already, have you guys already been in communication?
You don't want to take an L after you get a hall pass.
I just know who I can fuck and who I can't.
that part.
And it's not that I have access to them and I've
Y'all
been
too cocky for
preparing
me.
it.
It's not cocky.
I just know who I can fuck. And
you
I'm
can't,
like,
you can't look at a girl or you can't look at a man.
I can.
Okay, so I can talk to you.
I can.
You can't look at a girl and be like, I'd body that. And she looks right back at you and you know what it is instantly, right? You know what it is.
Okay, so
We aren't stupid
there is
You
okay, so not that there has been any communication, but you've
gotta be
given
sure.
the eye. You've
Yeah.
gotten the eye contact.
gay.
The same way you as a woman know how a man looks at you and you like, oh, I know what you want.
No, it's different.
What's the difference?
Because I think with girls, you could pull any man, and guys can't pull any girl. So it's very like,
Okay. But
most guys.
when we get the
Rome said, but I'm
confirmation
Rome.
that girl is quote unquote pullable, and I look
Pullable.
at you and I see how you look at me, And I know that's
Yeah, but now it's like, how easy is that girl, and how many times does she do that, and how often does she do it?
You
Like,
going far.
where are your standards? Like,
My standards
you
for
don't
being
have
attracted to
value for a
somebody?
man as a man.
To look at somebody, I need standards.
No, to think about fucking her and then want to take action on it.
We haven't taken action.
Yeah,
more
but that's
than
what we're
likely,
speaking
fantasy.
about.
We've
Yeah.
already created the fantasy.
Wait, Rome. First of all, more than likely, if you're a guy that get girls, you already know she's not a girl that's easy. You just happen to be that guy. So we're not gonna make it like a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Most dudes who hit a lot of girls are not easy girls. It just happened to be easy for him. So you're not gonna assume she's easy.
No, I never said she was easy.
No,
That's what
Desiree
Desiree
was-
You just
No,
know
I
she
said
gonna
what if
want
she
you.
I'm
was
just saying the
easy.
look. You
Desiree
know
trying to
the
say that we're
look.
ugly and that
No, I'm not.
she has to have low standards. No, guess what?
Yeah.
There's also situations where a girl, you can just tell that she's in the moment where she's willing to let loose. And it could be
Okay.
from a breakup, it could be from a life situation. She's just like, I want to have fun and I don't care what happens. And sometimes as a man, you want to be that fun.
I hate
And
that
you
you gotta
know.
break this down like that because now it looks like we're looking at just the hose. I'm talking about just a regular woman on the street, and
Yeah.
you get the eye from her. Don't even break it down that she broke up with anybody. You can see when a woman likes you, just like you can see when a man likes you. Am I right? Like most men that you see probably sexualize.
Between Amanda and Desiree, I would say y'all probably think like
Yes.
99% of men be like, yeah, he's trying to fuck.
So,
Absolutely.
right there, right? But you don't understand that we have to do all these calculations about the spear and the time and the throw and the height. We have
There's a lot going on.
In the run, in the jump.
And you know why? Because a lot of girls aren't easy.
Thank
Y'all
you.
niggas be easy.
So what? We're the hunters.
Well, all right, guys, before we move on, I'm sorry. Now let's go to Rome. Rome is the only one that did not answer this question yet.
You know my stance.
Well, look.
Wait, when did Rico answer?
He did answer.
When?
I answered. Go ahead, Ro.
No, he didn't.
Y'all are
No, he
crazy.
didn't.
The first thing he said, he was like, me, my girl,
Yeah.
my situation.
No, okay.
Did he answer, Amanda?
He didn't. Well, okay.
All right, so we're going to go to
If
Rome.
you can roll it back and show me if he
All right,
answered.
so we'll come back to him.
Marie, I don't know whose side Alan is on at this point.
All right, so Rome, when we're talking about communication, I mean, we're really going somewhere with this, right? So your girl comes up to you, she's like, look, this is the situation. I'm trying to fuck somebody else. It's just an urge that's inside of me. I don't know if I'm going to act on it. I don't know if I'm not going to act on it. But can we communicate?
Absolutely. We can
Mhm.
communicate. We can I'm not a possessive dude. I'm not a jealous dude. I'm secure in myself. If you see something in another dude, that's just something you see in him. That doesn't take anything away from me. So that's how I feel about things. And I honestly think that you have eyes and you see other men that are going to be bigger, more attractive, or whatever you fantasize in your head. So yeah, we can have the conversation.
Okay.
But are you letting it happen? The conversation is a conversation. But are you going to say, okay, yeah, go ahead?
Well,
There's
let's
going to be more talk behind that, but me being me, yeah, because what am I going to do? Like, I'm going to stop you from what you really want to do. I know you hate this answer, but I'm just telling you the truth. Like, I'm not going to stop you from what you really want to do, and
Ain't
then
nothing, boo.
Huh? No, I'm
Say
talking-
what
I'm
you
talking
need.
to her. She was sneering at me.
Oh.
I
I'm
was
saying
just,
I know that, like, men are supposed to be able to control their women, and she shouldn't look at another dude. That's just not me. It's just not me who I am. And I don't want to think about it in the back of my mind like how you think about it. Like, oh, what if she goes behind my back? The fact that you came up to me, you had the conversation. I know what's on your mind. If that's how strong you want to do about it, then cool. Let's have the conversation further and take it from there.
So if she does what she got to do and come back, you going to touch her?
Would you kiss her?
Are you judging?
I'm not
Amanda?
judging. I'm asking a question. Thank you. I'm
Yeah.
leading the conversation,
Did I
right?
say yes to it? Did I allow it?
Yeah.
And yeah, if I allowed it, I didn't say I'm leaving. I'm moving out.
No, you're not leaving. You're not moving out. But are you going to be a little disgusted with her when she comes back? Are you going to kiss her?
Disgusted because she saw somebody she liked and she wanted to have sex with them.
Right.
no,
Are you
she
going?
does it.
Yeah, she does it. She comes home. Baby, I'm back.
She does.
Are you
she goes
kissing?
out on
The
Friday
following
night.
conversation was, hey, listen, I'm doing the shit too now. That's how that's going to go. It's not going to be like,
Oh, so it's tit for tat.
it's
No,
not
it's
tit for
open
tat. It's an open,
relationship.
it's an honest conversation. You think you're just going to be having sex with dudes and I'm not going to have sex with other women? That's an honest conversation.
I'm not mad at his answer, but what I will say is that I realize women don't understand why men cheat.
I don't need it.
Sorry, hold on. I gotta double back to Rome because was that a part of the conversation? Was that okay?
Part of the
Fine. I
communication,
understand.
yeah.
Okay, yes, I understand that you want to do this.
Mhm.
Okay, and if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. Was that a part of the conversation, or did you just say, okay, yeah, I'm cool with it, do whatever, and then just
And then
say,
she gets
oh, okay,
back.
and I'm gonna do it? Like, is that what
Let's be
happened?
realistic. In your relationship, you're not like, yeah, do whatever, go have lots of sex. No one's saying that in their relationship.
Right.
You have to have the conversation, and where that conversation goes afterwards is that's the honest conversation that people don't want to have.
And I'm just asking, would that have been a part of the conversation
Yes.
that you were also going to go out and have sex with someone else?
I'm not going to let you have sex with other dudes while I sit here and have sex with you.
I
Yes, I'm
understand
having
that
sex with
point.
other women.
I'm
answer is
just
Yes, the answer
okay,
is yes.
but he ain't even saying that. That's why I'm keep asking.
But Amanda, I just Rico, hold on one second. I'm sorry, but think about this just a little bit further. We joke a lot, and we joke, and we even joked about it earlier today about work wives and work husbands, right? Work wives and work husbands. We joked about it, but think about it. There are people who are in actual, and I applaud Rome for this, right?
For being honest.
For being honest, because I'm gonna tell you why. There are
Damn,
people.
pipe down.
There are people who have work wives and work husbands who are fucking their work wives or work husbands, right? Because they can't communicate what's going on at work with their house. Then there's a flip side. There's the people who which is where this conversation. There are people that communication is so thorough you can't fuck with their house.
I think that's what makes it stronger
she's a
because
work wife, right?
communicate like
Dude pushing up on her heavy too. Wife come home like, yo, young boy in that job pushing up on me heavy. He had me feeling like I was 20 again. Be like, yo, tell him change, like, yo, what you gonna do? Yo, I'm telling you, this is what I was feeling. And some way that communication just kept going and going. And she's like, all right, cool. She could go back to work and be like, yo, I told my husband you on some shit. And then he's like, dang, you told him like that. It's like the communication, if it's in the house and it's thorough, I think it's like, you know how they say your inner love, then you show the outer love, whatever. I think if it's good, if you communicate thoroughly in the house, I don't think nobody can fuck with you outside.
Yeah, but no.
But I'm going to go to Rico now.
Yeah, but
Rico.
no.
Your girl comes up to you and she says, hey, listen.
How long have you been together?
You've been together
Like
4.5 years.
No.
that matters.
You've been together 10 years.
It does matter because I do think if I was with my girl for 20 years and she's like, yo, I want to do something, I'm like, damn, you've been getting the same dick for 20 years. All right, I could be more lenient. But 4 years, well, this shit's still kind of fresh. You know what I'm saying? And I be working a lot. So, you know what I'm saying? There's still some in the tank.
So then I pose that question to you. What do you think happens when you got with her? You think she stopped looking at men?
No. I didn't. My thing is, I never trust any woman to stop looking at men and wanting to fuck men. In my mind, they all trying to fuck the right man. And I'm a part of that same group, that same 20%. So in my eyes, it's like, I know that she's good. She will do it, right? But I hope, I guess, and I don't even believe in hope, but I hope she has the discipline to not do it. And if she does, she has the decency to tell me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if my girl came up to me and said, hey, I want to sleep with one, I want to hall pass with one dude. And we've been together for 4 years. So let's say if it's this day and age, I'm going to be like, well, I appreciate you being honest. It's definitely not going to happen. But the weird thing is this, and this is what I want to say, like before, is like the weird thing is that I understand why people cheat. And I understand why people cheat because the crazy thing is, if I ask you, hey, can I get this hall pass? And you tell me no, you're going to assume I'm doing it anyway. So I'm paying the price for an action I've never done.
Okay.
And if I'm going to pay the price for an action that I've never done, I might as well just do it. And if I do it and we can recoup or rebound from it, great.
Are you going to be okay with yourself if you actually do it?
Yes, I would be okay with myself because it was what myself had wanted to do in this scenario. Or in fact, if my girl said, hey, listen, I cheated, this is what happened. Will I take her back from it?
You wouldn't.
She has a better chance of me taking her back.
I don't know. That sounds real good. Like, I cheated, this is what happened.
Nah.
Like,
We'd be
as an
friends,
open-ended
though.
statement to like clear, like,
But, like,
that sounds good to me.
What I'm saying is, she would have a better chance of me taking her back than for me to treat her different had she had asked me to do it. I mean, treat her right than if she had asked me to do
If
it.
she had communicated with you.
Yeah,
ahead of time?
if she communicated it with me knowing myself, and then I'm like, all right, cool. Then she says she wants to go on a girls trip. My antennas are ringing, right? And it's not going to be a space where she's going to be able to operate comfortably. If she does cheat and I do take her back, it's something I'm going to have had to accept, move forward from, and I'm not going to bring that with me, which means I will be able to treat her as if it never happened because I found a way to forgive her. She's going to pay the price more if she didn't do it.
But that's the after effect, right?
Yeah.
That's the after effect. We're trying to talk from the communication part, right? Before it happens, the pre-invention, right? Can you trust somebody in reality that you can't communicate with? We had a quick conversation earlier, Amanda, you and I, right? You were saying that you've been in a relationship where the communication was incredible.
Okay, so yeah.
But what was that like? But the relationship didn't, you communicating was ending too. So that was a good communication.
Okay, so my best relationship, I had amazing communication there because we were friends. We started off as friends. And I mean, I feel like our whole relationship kind of kept that same friendship. So I think that's why it was the best for me. It didn't work out for a number of reasons. Communication was not one of them.
But what can the communication solve?
That's a great question.
Well, there was okay, so y'all know I dated a girl a couple years ago. And there was a lot of little things that was just not going to work for me.
It didn't answer the question.
It doesn't answer the question because it doesn't have anything about it. Communication could not have solved
But what is
the issues.
What is something that communication can't solve that you've experienced?
No, that's a great question. What is it that communication can't solve? Because everybody is communication. Communication is supposed to be the fucking everything. What is it that communication cannot solve?
Okay, so it was a lack of them being themselves. Like they weren't able to be their true self 100% of the time, which was annoying to me because this was the first time I've come out of myself to date someone I would not have usually dated. And I was very open to this experience and they weren't 100% with it.
Are we talking about coming out the closet?
Correct. But like to some people and then not to others. So it was just like we wouldn't have the same relationship 100% of the time. So we'd have to act a certain way with like certain people and then we'd be okay with other people. And it was just like, all right, I cannot.
That's actually pretty dope when you think about it, right? And Rico always says this all the time. You half your niggas can't be yourself. Like maybe being yourself is probably one of the highest form of communication. Being who you are might be the highest form of. I like this, Amanda.
Me?
Maybe this is a little bit okay. Maybe being yourself is the highest form of communication. Because if you can't be yourself, how could you communicate with someone? Because if I want to go out and I want to sleep with somebody, I'm being myself. I want to be able to be myself and be like, yo, I wanted to do this shit. I'm not going to do it, but I just want you to know that I thought about doing it.
I would do it. If I wasn't with you, I'll go fuck her right there. But I'm with you. So I'm not going to do it. That's because I love you and I respect you. Because then I also know you wouldn't let me.
And I would have been like,
that's fair.
Thanks, babe, but you don't have to say things like that.
Yeah,
you could just shut the fuck up.
I like the relationship though. Honestly, like, I mean, I don't think I could
people just be open in their mouth. Like, for what?
I love you, but if, I wasn't with you, I let him fuck me doggy style.
What is the point of saying things like that? I don't understand. What is the point? You just want to let me know?
No, I think I would actually prefer that though.
Right?
I would probably prefer that.
Because you like that. Would it turn you on?
No, would it turn me on?
What's wrong with her?
I'm just saying. Would it? Because I don't care to hear that.
Turning on. It's about the person doesn't feel like they got like if you out. Let's say you
finally
out.
understand them.
Yeah, and let's say you out and you tell a guy. Would you tell a guy, Dan? If I wasn't with you, I would have went to the back and I would have got a drink from this guy and probably he could have probably got it. could you say that to somebody you're with? And they're like,
You know
yo, that's
why
crazy.
I wouldn't say anything like that to the person I'm with? Because I don't need them like in the back of their minds thinking that like, oh, that's what she be thinking.
But not if
Like,
that person, not if you are who you are and they love you for who you are. They
That
don't give a
part.
fuck. I love you for who you are. I expect that from you.
Mhm.
You not doing it is weird.
Oh my God, can we talk about this?
You not being yourself is fucking weird.
Yes.
Be your fucking self.
Yeah, you're in a relationship now.
I'm more happy when you're yourself.
Yes, if we're both at the bar and I know there's attractive men here that you would find attractive that that look like one of your exes or two of your exes, and I know your type, I'm gonna ask you. Like, oh, you saw anybody you like?
if I'm asked, sure, but why are you asking? You want to have threesome?
No,
You want him to?
I'm saying that's. But I'm saying the level. No, I'm saying the level of comfort. The level of comfort and communication is there because if you see,
I was
going
gonna
to
say something, I forgot.
and you see me looking at her, you automatically think that something's going on. But why can't we just talk about it? I'm going
Okay.
home with you. You're going home with me.
There's a
I feel like a part of being myself, though, is I know social cues and I know when to shut the fuck up. So if I'm around, sometimes when I'm around my friends, I'll say some shit like that. Like, yo, if I didn't got a man, that nigga, that's who I'd be on tonight. But if I'm with my man, I'm not gonna say
You
that.
wouldn't say it like that, but you can't. You can't.
I would not feel the need to say that at all because that is who I am.
Okay.
Even if I had the thought, I'm not letting the thought come out of my mouth.
she's a Gemini. That's how they
But again, see, but that's
And I
appreciated.
don't really think that there's
because-
anything wrong with that. That's
but-
not hiding who I am.
It's not because you know who you are. You're being yourself, right? So some people, and this is probably one of the hardships in relationships. Some people's whole thing in relationship is to avoid conflict.
That's whack.
That's all they do in a relationship is they try to avoid fucking conflict. And they're like, yo, you know what? I don't even want to smoke. And especially men. Be like, yo, what happened? Yo, went to the strip club last night. Be like, yo, what you about to? Yo, you know what? I don't even want to hear this shit.
Mm-mm.
I got to deal. It could be 100 different things. And it's like, yo, why don't you just tell her you went to the strip club? Bro, just tell her it was at your house. You had a flat tire. This shit happened.
Oh, that's
I
how the
cannot
lies
deal with this shit
Keep that
because
up.
I don't want the
I want
fucking
that.
problems. And that's a lot of people, and that shit happens.
Yep.
Because most men are jammed up when it comes to communicating. It is, I think we joking, but we're not. It is really difficult for men to just be like, yo, this is what's happening. And then because y'all punish us because we can't communicate, I think then men become possessive.
I don't even remember the two words that you just
I was
said.
going to say that the problem I also think that happens is that communication is valued more from people who are depth thinkers and overthinkers. And it's not valued as much as people who are just surface level thinkers. And then what happens is when somebody who has more depth than someone that they have a hard time communicating because the person who's just a surface minded person cannot have that type of communication with somebody who can go into the depths of, the conversation. So like for me, I am a overthinker. I am extremely watching every single thing. So I need you to display who you are, communicate who you are, stay consistent with who you are, and allow me to know what's happening in that moment or moments because I don't need to formulate something by myself because I will. Right? So for me, it would help ease whatever might be happening and help prevent any arguments. Now, I dated a person who was a surface-minded person. I can tell this person the smallest thing. Why are you late? My dog shitted in the house. Oh, okay. And that's as far as it goes. But really it's like, with that type of person, you end up at a struggle with communication because you're not even practicing having a tough conversation because you don't need to. You know what I'm saying?
That's in a sense, is a little bit of misery, but again,
Misery.
yeah, if you're with somebody that you can't communicate with, but again,
Well, the person just takes advantage. I don't think it's misery. You just end up taking advantage because you don't have
you
to.
actually don't when you think about it. Because I'm thinking about what Amanda was saying about being yourself is one of the biggest form of communication, right? Some people just don't verbally communicate.
Yeah.
Some people are really great communicators with their actions. Some people might be like, you might say something like, damn, that's a crazy ass new coffee or something, whatever. And they communicate their whole communication is action. And if you pay attention to the cues of their action, they're better communicating than somebody that might just be talking.
I agree with that.
Do you see what I'm saying? Some people are great communicators with just action. They can't fucking mumble 3 words to tell you something, but their actions actually overpower their communication. If that makes any sense.
Some people can't comprehend shit, and it don't matter how much you communicate with them. I can tell you 17,000 things in 17,000 ways, in 17,000 different tones. You're still not going to understand it because I realize some people don't want to understand shit. They want to believe that they're right. They want to believe that whatever it is that they've, gathered in their mind is the truth. And they want to stick to what they know or what somebody told them or what some podcast told them about men. And it doesn't matter what you communicate. Some people are cemented in being stuck in, I don't want to use a harsh word, but stupid. Like you stuck there. It don't matter what I do. It don't matter. I tell you what it is. I could be honest to God, or I could be calm.
So I'm gonna build on that real quick. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hard-headed, stuck on stupid, got you tight as fuck, right? Talking crazy shit. Rome, you listening?
I'm here with you.
You ready, Rome? You ready?
You trying to
ready?
rile me up?
11:37 p.m. You hear some music popping. You get in the room. She get on top of you. She fucks and sucks and communicates properly. By the time you wake up in the morning, you didn't even remember what the fuck happened yesterday.
That's why I'm here. And she needs to stop fucking me.
Again, communication is different, right? Some women communicate at an A+ level through sex. Some women's sexual communication is so fucking good that they're like, yeah, I don't. What the nigga was saying? He said something about going to Canada tomorrow. She don't know nothing, but you know what she did? She went to Victoria's Secrets. She got the motherfucking smell goods. She got this. She got that. By the time all communication was done between 11:30 and 12:30. That was it.
That's called manipulation.
Yeah, I was like, that's sexual manipulation.
Wait, did you say the same thing as me, Marie? Thank you.
I'm just saying, some people communicate great in the bedroom. Some people communicate great with finances. Some people communicate great with words, but all of them are still communication that could control people.
Well, I don't think that's communication.
It's not genuine communication.
It's called manipulation.
Yeah.
You can manipulate a man with sex, of course.
Not all.
Not all. I said A.
Okay.
You can manipulate a man with sex.
Not Rome.
I'm just saying, because
I was like, I don't fuck 1,000 women. Like, what are we talking about? You gonna manipulate me with what?
with what?
Some pussy.
Some day old pussy? Get out of here.
Been there. Look, you see him shrug?
No, it's a no. Look at his mouth.
Yo, y'all niggas is so. All right, ladies. Let me tell you something. First of all, they both full of shit. I'm gonna tell you why.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why they both full of shit. They're gonna enjoy it. The difference is, this is where they get the credit. Once that nut is out their body, all the good senses come back.
I got a hand.
It doesn't last.
What good senses? Alan, Lil Wayne said it best. Once I come to my senses.
There you go.
I wasn't thinking until I nutted. Once I nutted, I realized
You back to your senses.
No.
You gotta get up, get dressed, and go back outside.
No. I'm not coming back inside. I'm at my senses. I'm not under a hypnosis spell.
Yeah.
You hypnotized for about 20
But I mean,
minutes.
that's not really communication because whatever problem you had, it's still there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's.
It's just
Thank you, DV.
I think
like-
with communication, I think we're
Domestic.
It's a
mixing,
distraction.
communication with like proper conflict resolution skills. Because I think if you have that, then that's way different than just communicating. Because like you communicate the problem, but you still got to fix it. Like, just because you communicate, you still have to fix that problem. I think that's where we're not going over like that.
So that will go on what the question Amanda was asked, right? Amanda, if there's a conflict, some conflicts cannot be resolved. You're just good at communicating part A, part B. Can we fix the shit that you're talking about?
And you have to know how to resolve them. Like if you're a poor
What if you're a great communicator, but you're terrible at fixing conflict?
I'm like, what are you getting at? If you're poor, what does
Yeah,
poor have?
Poor
What
communicator.
does it matter if you don't have any money?
No, a poor communicator. If you're a poor communicator, but you can't fix the conflict, what the fuck does it matter?
Yeah, because you're just going to be going in a circle, really. Because me screaming how I feel doesn't mean nothing if nothing comes out of it. There's no solution out of that. I told you how I feel. You're still doing the same dumb shit.
You know, comprehension overrides communication. And sometimes you don't need to communicate when I can comprehend, or communicate as much when I can comprehend.
I agree with that.
When you can't comprehend, you have to somebody has to over communicate. Now, if we start focusing and stop saying, "Oh, communication is key," and start saying
Comprehension is key.
Gotta start asking people,
What
What's your
did you hear?
comprehension
Yeah, what-
skills?
like, because if I say something, and I've said it here at the table, and I won't say who is business, but I can say something like, if a man cheats, he was just at a low period in his life, and then I could get a response of, so he doesn't love his woman. It's like comprehension is key. That was never communicated, right? So what happens is, if I'm able to say, hey, listen, right now I'm just in a tough moment, and I just need a break, right? I just need
I need some breathing
I
space.
need a breathing space to relax. If a woman cannot comprehend and she equates that to, so you don't want to be with me no more, you don't love me, she does not have the ability for you to even have a successful communication within your relationship, because she cannot comprehend what you're saying. Now, if she doesn't comprehend and responds with questions so she can understand,
She's trying to get.
so that's a whole different ball game. But I feel like the best partners don't have to have much communication, because they comprehend each other more than, I guess, the average relationship.
So, because people don't even understand what's going on. They don't even comprehend. They don't understand. They're just going and they're going and they're going and they're going. So then it goes back to Desiree's like, yo, I can't comprehend why you want to sleep with somebody else. I'm out. So you're like, I don't understand it. I don't comprehend it.
Mhm.
And when you really think about it, people who could comprehend shit are probably the most faithful, loyal, and the strongest people you could build with, because they have such comprehension skills. They're like, oh shit, like Rome might be judged. He's definitely gonna be judged for that part, but he's like, yo, I could comprehend this shit. There's other people in this world outside of me. There are other things that you're gonna want outside of me. My comprehension is so strong. I'm not saying I'm giving you the green light to do it, but I have a great ability to comprehend shit. That's why probably a lot of time a nigga be like, yo, why you cheat on shorty? She can't comprehend the fact that I'm on tour. I'm on the road. She really asking me to be faithful and loyal. I'm on the road. Like, I'm on tour.
Look at their faces. They're like, wait, hold
Because yeah,
So I
no, you went
agree with
somewhere
that.
else with that.
No, but what I'm
Ah,
trying to
you
say,
there.
but what I'm trying to say
No,
is
you went
that
somewhere else.
I think
You're not
that
reading you're not reading the room or reading in between the lines. In fact,
like,
you're reading a
yo,
different book.
like you gotta read the cues as fast as you can. So maybe the people who do comprehend it are probably the ones that are probably the best people to be in a relationship with, because they get it.
do you ladies in your relationships,
Thank you.
right, feel as if you're able to read the body language of your partners or ex-partners very well,
Like, have you studied your partner?
to a
Like,
point where you can understand without him
Like
having
if
to
something's
speak
off.
a lot
yeah.
of things. Yeah, the things about him, like maybe he's extremely happy, maybe he needs to rest, maybe he needs, somebody to confide in, or maybe he just needs some affection.
Maybe he's cheating. Yeah, I know. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but I mean, that could be if you're an observant person in general, because you could look at your friend and be like, okay, something's off, or, like a family member or whatever. But yeah, I would say, yeah.
Like, if, let's say you're in a relationship, right?
Mhm.
And let's say that the last 3 days he hasn't been responding to you as much, right? Like you
Mhm.
ask him questions and he's kind of giving you one word answers or short answers. How do you approach the fact that you're now reading something is wrong?
Are you going through something?
Like,
If no, I would ask him like,
why
are you going? Like, if he's like me.
Like, what is wrong with you?
He was about to vent.
Jesus.
No, but if he didn't communicate that he's going through something or, it's something personal, then I would ask, like, are you going through something? If he's not going through anything, everything's fine, whatever, in work, with his family, then is there tension here? Like, do we need to talk about something?
Like, you mad at me, boo?
Yeah, like, am I the problem? Like,
I feel like that's like a day one question or one of your first questions, like, are you going through something? I think Rico's talking about you've already done that myriad of
the checklist of
you've already
everything.
done. Are you going through something? Or are we going through something?
Okay.
And is your family okay? Like, what's your next? Like, what's your next step?
What's the issue? Like, why are you
You
giving
mean
me?
if he says everything is fine,
But you still see.
But
it.
I know the energy is off.
Yeah.
Then I would tell me your energy is off.
I'm actually pulling up.
Why?
No, they live together.
Oh, you live together. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm pull up queen. Sorry, I like
Okay.
to pull up.
you just gonna be like, oh, your energy's off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that?
I think that like
I don't know your man.
Are you gonna say
I
something?
don't know your man. I don't know if you're gonna be like, oh, yeah, that's the one I need.
Okay.
my thing is, all right, what would you rate your communication skills
Mine.
in your relationship now or like today, not prior?
Today is decent,
What
but
is
I would only say that because I'm not good at communicating. So I overthink and I have a lot that goes on in my head, and it's like the wheels turn, and I expect people to just know what I'm thinking off of like one sentence. Like I'll say one sentence and it's like, okay, you need to get the rest, And I don't really know how to express what's going on in my head because it's like
you don't even know what's going on in your head.
I don't know how to put it to make someone else understand what's going on in my head.
That part.
So
That part.
So how do you have a successful relationship when that's happening?
I
What
guess
number did you give yourself?
am having
What's the rating?
comprehension on what?
Like, what's the
Communication?
10?
He didn't say one. Oh, okay.
Me personally, I'm probably like a 6, 7, 6. Because I could say I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm sad, that hurt my feelings, but I can't.
But beyond that.
Beyond that, you got to figure it out.
I'm with you.
Like,
You got to figure it out. It's hard.
no, because if you know what's
You don't know how to
happening
put the
and
words
yeah,
together to like
Process
communicate your feelings because
Yeah.
sometimes you're still trying to figure
Understand
out
them.
your feelings.
Yeah.
I got that.
that's really what it is.
I would say I'm an 8.
God. It's fucking-
I'm an 8 because first of all, I'm just like you. I'm not-
I can't
wait,
communicate my
but
feelings, but I'm an
I-
8.
no wait, but I'm in therapy. Okay, she helped me. So maybe I was at a 6 before, and I'm gonna say I'm at an 8. I'm not gonna say 10,
You jumped 2,
but I jumped 2. I jumped 2.
6.8.
No, I think I'm at an 8 for real. No, I think I for real. I think I'm at an 8.
So, with a follow up question, if you know you're like that, is it hard for your man to talk to you?
No,
For both of you.
No, it's
Questions
two.
for
It's
both
two
of you.
questions.
well, I don't got a
'Cause
man.
if you can't,
I don't got a man.
you can't process it in like a not even a timely
Yeah.
fashion, but like the way you're processing it.
Almost.
Does he have to do the same thing to you as far as like, is everything okay? And or does that seem pushy? If he's constantly asking you like, "What's up? Your energy's off. Everything okay?" You know what I mean?
No, that's not pushy. But if he's asking me direct questions, then I would know. I would answer them. I would answer them with how I feel. So it's like, I don't know, whatever you just said. Then I would
But
just.
you're saying you can identify mad, but you can't like put more behind that. He wants more behind that. Like, does that?
Then
take
he would
days?
ask me to try to understand it, and then I would answer.
I'm mad because.
Yeah,
Blah, blah, blah. Okay. That was just a question.
it was something.
I feel like I'm past the like I'm fine. And I'm going straight to I just think it's funny that
I'm scared.
That's automatically grounds for I'm about to argue. I don't give a fuck what you think is funny. Like, I think that what happens is that sometimes we think we're better communicators than we are. And I
Are you talking about me?
I always believe that when you rate yourself too high in something, right? Or you think of yourself too high in something, you kind of insinuating that there's not a lot of work to do. But if you don't have the tangible proof that the results have been working in your favor, maybe you should be like, I got something more work to do. Like me, I think I'm a great communicator. However, sometimes I am too direct and too passionate where it can be misconstrued. My delivery, right, which is a part of communication, can take away the greatness of my communication, right?
Okay.
But I'm able to communicate my feelings. I'm able to communicate my views. I'm able to communicate my thoughts. I'm able to communicate the patterns that I've noticed, the observation. I'm able to see and say everything. Now, depending on the time, like if I get I think it's funny that I have a problem with being responsive to lower vibrational energy with lower vibration, with a lower vibrational response, right? And I think that's where I need to work on and be more, I guess, centered despite the approach of others.
I think you should have gave your answer without trying to come for me. But I'm going to now lower my rate to a 7.5. 7.5. Only because I agree, Rico. When I communicate, sometimes I really have to gather myself and think, what is the best way to communicate this without sounding like a fucking bitch? Because I get a little rowdy at the mouth. And I try to not be so aggressive when trying to communicate like my anger or my hurt. And I just want to maturely communicate that something is bothering me. And sometimes that is hard for me without getting in that ass.
Yeah, I realize that my problem is I can't communicate well with explosive people because I'm the bigger bomb. And because of that, I'm like, it's almost like a trigger. So like if you communicate with me with a soft voice, I can communicate with you with a soft voice or just a calm voice or a stern, level-minded voice. But when I hear explosion or feel explosion, ooh. What is a grenade to a nuke? You know what I'm saying? Because don't play with me on this field. This is something that I feel like it brings out a survival tactic in me. Like you don't even know. Like I will, but realistically, and it's funny because some different people say different things about me. Some people would be like, "Oh, he's so nice and he's so calm, he's so cool." Some people would be like, "Oh, he's an asshole. He's loud," or whatever the case. And I really think it's just the type of person you are gets a certain type of response out of me. And that's why I try to like, okay, you know what? For a long time, I was like, I'm just not going to communicate with those people. I don't even want to talk to them because you know why? They just bring me to a place that I don't want to be. I'm going to just talk to these people where I can thrive and grow and just feel at peace. But now that I'm at the table,
I can address all y'all.
Yeah, I said my piece.
Thank you guys for watching this episode of 8 at the Table. We had a great conversation with the lovely Desiree. What you have coming up and where they can find you on social media.
So my Instagram is Desiree Vanessa at Desiree Vanessa with 2 A's, and I'm a casting director, and the casting page is DV Casting.
Are you guys casting for any shows coming up? New York Fashion Week?
So we book for everything. We book for commercials, music videos, TV shows. We booked for Judge Mathis and Divorce Court recently. So we're currently booking for Divorce Court if anybody has cases they want heard.
I think Rome is interested.
Judge Mathis is my guy. So.
Oh really? I did a show. I did one
I love
actually. And then we just book. Yeah.
Okay. So they can find you on social media at Desiree Vanessa, guys. So with 2 A's.
2 A's.
2 A's. Well, you guys, we have new episodes every Thursday and Sunday. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Join our YouTube membership. We're also on Patreon. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.